You can't hear me?
Now I can.
There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Javon Show. I am your host, Javon Martin, and I am straight out of Chicago. I know somebody else from Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mrs. Bridgette Hurt. How you doing, Bridgette?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am
Thank you for having me.
fantastic. I didn't know we were both going to be rocking the hats today.
I know, right? Quarantine.
Coronavirus. I am so excited to have you on the show today. I have been following you for at least, I don't want to give your age, but I'll give mine at least 20 years. At least 20 years.
That's not bad. That's
not bad. Now, for those who aren't as familiar with me, for those who are not from Chicago and may not know the daughter of Bishop Willie James Campbell, can you please give us a little bit of information about who is Bridgette Hurt?
Okay, so formerly Bridgette Campbell, grew up in PK, started singing in church when I was 3 years old, and started in the industry when I was 15. So, yeah, so it's been, what, 30 years? Yeah.
That's good math right there. 30 years.
Yeah, I started out with Ricky Diddle and New Generation Chorale. That was the name back then. Now it's Ricky Diddle and New G. But yeah, that was when I did my first recording, He Will Forgive. And then after that, I started singing background for Bishop Marvin Sapp. At first, it was just Marvin Sapp, but now he's Bishop Marvin Sapp.
It's funny how when people get into touch with you, they start changing their names.
That's all right. Elevation, promotion. Hey, come on.
Call me Apostle Javon. No, or just Jev. You know, that's how my name's gonna change. Just call me Jev from now on.
Okay, Jev. So then after that, I started singing with Fred Hammond, Dawkins and Dawkins, went on tour with Fred Hammond. So it's just been a journey. And then I did my own project in 2003, and it was picked up by Light Records, and they repackaged it and put it out. And then I went back independent in 2009. Then I took a 10-year break. And I came back. Yes, I came back. Well, you know what? I took some time to heal. I took some time to get my life together, get my stuff together. And then I started working in ministry. And ministry is my passion. So I minister music now at the Lighthouse Church of All Nations. Shout out to Lighthouse and Pastor David.
Let the light from the light. Never mind. Different company.
That's fine. But they're Chicago, so that's all right. So then last year, I came back and I did a remake of the classic My Liberty, and teamed up with Kevin Vaughn, and he arranged and produced that thing and put it out. My God, hallelujah!
Yes.
This year we came back with another classic, I Love the Lord, and put that out February 28th. So God is doing some amazing things. Yes.
So we're going to unpackage a lot of the things that you just shared with us. That's what we do on this show. We get into the nitty gritty. We want to know, you had to heal from some hurt. Who hurt you, Bridgette? Who do I got to go fight?
Listen. So just life in general, you know, you get hurt in church, and church hurt is some of the worst hurt you ever want to experience, because you don't think you would get hurt in church, because why? It's the church. It's the church where you go to get healed, you go to get delivered and set free. But when you get hurt in church, it's kind of hard to recover. And then back in the day, I went through a divorce, and that was painful. So you need time to heal. Once you heal, then God can bring His best, because you don't want Him to bring. He's not going to bring His best to a mess. So you got to get yourself together, heal, and love yourself. I had to love myself all over again because of the things that I had went through. But God has blessed me with an awesome and amazing husband, Brian Hurt. Shout out. But yeah, so we go through things. And then another thing, I auditioned. A lot of people don't know that I auditioned for Sunday Best, the second season. I didn't make it, and at the time they didn't know that it was going to be as many people that tried out. It was huge, the second season. So they actually told about 30 people that they made it to the show, and then they had to narrow it down to 10. I was in the 30, but didn't make it to the 10. So you know, going through the process. And then at the time, Erica and Tina were the judges at the time. And so since then, we were able to have a conversation as to what happened then. And me and Erica are really, really cool to this day. And I had Tina at my first women's conference that I did. So it's been amazing. You know, God takes you through things not to hurt you, but, you know, you got to get crushed sometimes to get that oil out of you. You got to go through some things so that you can help somebody else that's going to go through the same thing that you've been through. So it's okay to go through trials and tribulations, because I'm all right, you know?
You're all right now, but let's go back to when you weren't all right. So you share a last name with the ladies. They couldn't get you a hookup. They couldn't just slide you into number 11, number 10 and a half. Just on last name alone?
No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. And then, you know, they shared, it was TV. You know, they were looking for a certain thing back then. And I couldn't, and I don't do it to this day. You know, I can't do all them runs and this and that. I just don't. I'm like Yolanda Adams, a flat foot. You just sing.
Just go ahead.
Yeah. And when the anointing hit, God give you a run, you do that run. But I can't plan it in my head. Okay, I'm gonna do I can't plan it, you know. So hey, they gave you, I think back then it was like maybe 10 seconds, and they said no, I think it was 5 seconds. So whoever had their best runs in 5 seconds, they gave it. Me, I don't even remember what I did, but it wasn't no runs. But
so let's go back to age 15 when you're with Ricky Dillard, New Generation, Chorale of Chicago. I remember that. Don't ask me why I remember that. It's stuck in there. You were on the Holy Ghost Takeover album?
Yes.
Now that wasn't age 15 though, right?
No, that was the second one. The first one was More Abundantly.
Right. Okay. So you started with Ricky from the very beginning then?
Yes, he is the one that trained me how to be a lead singer. Yes. Nice. Oh Lord. I got stuff popping up on this thing. Stop it. Okay, yeah, he really did. Ricky Dillard trained me to be a lead singer. He asked my dad if I can join his choir at the age of 15. I wasn't even driving at the time. Wow. And my dad told him, yeah. And he said, you just take care of my baby. And one of the, at the time, Gerald Hardy, he played guitar. And he also played at our church, and we didn't live far from each other. So he was my ride to rehearsal and back home. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even drive.
You did Lord, You Are All, right?
Lord,
or no? Lord, You Are. Was that you? Who did who did the ending part on that? Because I always had a question about Lord, You Are All.
Oh my God, I don't even remember that one.
Let me tell you why I remember that song so much. Because he kept shushing y'all through the whole song. I said, why don't you want them to sing, Ricky?
Oh wait, you know what? I think that was no, I know, I can't even think of her name. I think her name was Vicky. I'm gonna get in trouble because I think that was Vicky.
Oh, and you know what? You could tell he didn't trust her because he only gave her the last two.
You don't stop it, Jub. Would you tell me to call you Jub?
Jeb.
Jeb, stop it.
He only gave her 2 minutes. He said, and then it's an 8-minute song. He gave her the last 2 minutes and then jumped on the last minute of the last 2 minutes. I said, come on, Ricky.
I'm not joining in with you with that.
Okay, we both touching and agreeing. Let's touch the popcorn on that one. I heard you like popcorn.
How do you know that?
I know some stuff. You want to know how I know some stuff? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to the screen right now, Mr. Marquise Collins. I got some dirt, Bridgette.
Wait a minute.
Marquise, tell us how you involved with Mrs. Hurt.
Listen, I got involved with this angel. You know, no, honestly, she truly is someone who she really truly ministers what she truly lives what she ministers about. She truly, I mean, you know how you work with artists and you find out how they really are, you know, when you meet them or whatever, but she truly lives what she ministers.
But
I got in contact with Bridgette because she needed a flyer. A lot of people don't know I do graphic art as well.
So you do everything. Why are you limiting it to graphic artists? You do everything, sir.
Come on and tell the story.
Well, thank you. And so we ended up having a meeting, and it kind of like evolved into where we are today, and so that's kind of how it happened.
Was it for what was it for? Was it for the Stellas?
It was for your Stella when you got for the free voting.
Yeah, for the free voting. He inboxed me and bust my little bubble, honey. He bust my little bubble because I thought I was doing something. You know how you try to hurry up and get it out and da-da-da. So I got on the computer and fixed a little something, and he said, "You know what? You should let me do your flyer."
And is it true that you be paying people in baked cakes and pies? I heard you can get down.
Listen, where's all this information coming from? But I love to cook. I love to cook. I bake. I cook. I don't sew, but I bake. I cook. I don't. No, I don't sew, but I love to cook, and I can cook. My mother taught me. I had to start cooking at the age of 9. My mother was not playing it. So
by the age of 9,
I'm the only girl. I have 3 brothers, and I mean, I had no choice. Now my mom was like, "Look, you're gonna go in here. You're gonna learn to make some eggs first, and then you're gonna move from eggs to something else." And that's what she did. Yes.
So what's your favorite thing to cook nowadays?
Let's see. I love to cook soul food. My macaroni and cheese is the bomb. It's the bomb. But anything soul food, but we on like a little healthy tip right now. So I do a lot of salmon, broccoli, and stuff like that. But I will bake a cake every now and then. I done bake a cake every week, last week and this week. Now I got to kind of slow down. But yeah.
Now, how do we get in touch with you for these cakes? I mean, I want a cake.
You want a cake? I don't have a cake business. I just bake cake there.
She could, but her schedule really doesn't permit that right now. But she really could if she wanted to. That could be another avenue for her if she wanted to.
Yeah, I just gotta have it. I told my husband, I want to open a restaurant, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but you know what though? I know who knows how to open up restaurants, Mr. Collins, because he knows how to do everything.
This is true, but see, I don't think she knows my whole. I've spent a lot of my background in the restaurant industry. I just went corporate like 4 years ago.
My God, see?
Yeah, I just went corporate. I managed. I was the GM over all the. I was over GM about 5 to 6 Bar Louis.
Really?
As well as Chili's, Panera Breads, all of those. I've managed and I've helped build from the ground up. So I just got in the corporate field because I was tired of standing on my feet that I got too old.
Bridgette,
I just went corporate about 4 years ago. I went corporate.
Bridgette, when you open this restaurant, I only want 10%.
You only want 10%?
Right.
What are you going to do?
Hook you up with people that can do stuff.
Okay.
That's my specialty. Hook you up with people that can do stuff. Now, because you are a singer and that's your number one 9 to 5, we are going to do a little singing contest. And because he's on the line, he doesn't know this, but Mr. Collins is going to join in with us.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Yes.
Look, she's the singer. Look, she's the singer.
But we're going to be the singer today. So this is what we're going to do. Because he also handles the background collective. Is that what it's called? Background collective? Well, what's the name of the group?
The BGV exclusive.
Okay, so you can't just keep managing folks and not do stuff yourself. So we're gonna do a little singing of all 3 of us. Now the sync is off a little bit, so we can't do it at the same time. So I'm gonna start a song. Bridgette, Lord. You're gonna finish the song.
Okay.
And Mr. Collins is gonna give us right that heart in the middle.
Okay.
All right.
That's so funny.
We're gonna start easy. You ready?
Yes.
This is my singing part.
You ready?
Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Okay, wait a minute. That's not the song. Oh, okay.
What is that popping?
The popcorn.
He's quick. He's really quick.
I don't know what the popping is, but we'll clean it up in post. Okay.
Tell him whatever you got down. That you up messed us up.
Oh, it is Mr. Collins that's got that popping. Yep, it's you, Mr. Collins. We gotta clean up your pop. Okay. So, okay, here's the song that we're gonna start off with. Let me go. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. My heart is pure. You're a pal and a confidant. Go take it, Collins.
And if you needed a party,
Thrill party.
and invited everyone you knew.
Bridgette.
The biggest gift would be from me, and what it say? And a
card.
Something like that.
Say thank
Right.
you for being a friend. Yes.
Glory. Thank you for being a friend, God. Thank you for being a friend. Yes. Worship. Okay, no. All right. Now, the second song, Mr. Collins is going to start it off.
Wait a minute. Second song?
Second. Yep, second song. So you're going to start it off. I'm going to do the second part, and then Bridget, you get to bring it home again.
Okay.
Mr. Collins, give us a song.
I love the Lord. Hey, promo.
Let me do the second part. He heard my cry. Bridget, take us home.
And pity every groan.
Going.
Oh, let my heart no more despair. No, while I have breath. Oh, breath to pray.
Yeah.
That's the Richard Smallwood verse.
That's what it is. Richard wrote that verse?
Yes, that's the original. So when Whitney Houston recorded it, she only did the chorus as her verse. But Richard Smallwood, the writer of the song, he penned an actual verse to the song. And I actually did it in my version of I Love the Lord.
And I like your version of I Love the Lord. I was listening to it on the way here today. What made you decide to do that one?
Oh my gosh, I love this song so much, and I love the Lord. I love the Lord, like really with all my heart. And I was going overseas. I went overseas for about 10 or 11 years. And every concert that I did, I would go through the Christmas season, and I would close out my concerts with I Love the Lord. And we actually did it this past December for our Christmas cantata at Lighthouse. And I just wanted to record the song, and I asked my attorney, what did I need to do? And do your paperwork, get your business together, and record the song, just the same as with My Liberty. We made sure that we had our business together, and we did the song. So Kevin Vaughn, I mean, he's just excellent. He arranged this one and produced this one. And hey, and Richard Smallwood heard it and he loves it. So I thank God for it. Yes.
It's always fun when the original writer can come to you and be like, hey, right there.
Yes, it's a blessing.
Now, you talked about being married to Mr. Hurt. Was he a big influence on you getting back in the industry after 10 years?
Yes, because I didn't, it wasn't really what I wanted to do per se. What I wanted to do was just get music into the homes and the cars and people at work where they could just listen to something, get it in their hands, where they can download it, just to inspire people and just just share the love of God, and I'm really not like full-time artist like that, because we own a daycare center, and I work at church. So I say I'm not a full-time artist because I don't do that traveling and stuff like that, because I'm planted and in a ministry. So but he did have a major part in me recording again, because he believes in me. He encourages me, and he pushes me, to do things. Because me, I'll be fine singing in church. I'll be fine doing a concert here and there. But it was just time. And when God places you with your soulmate, we push each other, to do things and do what God has called us to do, instead of just sitting on it, and your gifts and talents just lying dormant. You gotta push beyond what you think you can do.
Now, in this season of pushing, and I understand, you've been married 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time y'all have been quarantined together. Are y'all gonna make it out of April?
Yes, we are going to make it. Right. It's so funny. I'm at the daycare now. I have to come and clean up, sterilize, before we're gone for a month. But yeah, we've been fine. We got it upstairs, we got it downstairs. You need a break, you go downstairs. You need a break, you go upstairs.
Mr. Collins said y'all better be out there writing music.
Right.
Is what he said. Do you let him work on the project with you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He takes care of all of my music, the band, and everything. Oh yeah.
We had a young lady on yesterday named Kendall Miles, and her husband is also one of her writers and producers. So I'll ask you the question that I asked her. When he brings you something that you don't like, what is that conversation like? Take us into the throne room.
We're honest with each other, or there's a way that you can say and do anything, as far as your spouse is concerned, and it doesn't have to turn into an argument. It doesn't have to turn into a heated discussion. So if he brings something, which this hasn't happened, but if he brought something that I didn't per se like, I was like, babe, let's try it this way, something like that, where I won't just shoot him down. Get that out of here. No, we're not like that. We're not doing
That's good.
Use wisdom.
And when can we expect to hear? So I know that I Love the Lord is out right now. When can we expect to hear the full album? Is that an end of the quarantine? Is that the end of the year? Is that 2021?
I'm not doing a full project. I'm going to keep putting them out, because this is another thing that I decided, because I know that a lot of people don't purchase full albums right now. They purchase what they want. Everything is digital. So they'll go on iTunes or go on wherever they buy their music, and they'll select, I like this song, and they'll pick that song. So right now the vision is to just put out a song here and there. And I'm spacing it, depending on how the song did. My Liberty, God has blessed it, and it's still being played on the radio today, and it was put out a year ago. So I'm thanking and praising God for that. That is so much favor. So it was okay for me to wait a year to put out I Love the Lord. So we'll see how this one works. It might be 6 months, It might be another year. We don't know how God is going to take this and what direction he's going to take this song. But the next one won't be a cover. It'll be an original. So my husband and Kevin Vaughn and myself, we want to get together and do some writing. So the next one will be an original.
The thing I like about this show is that we get to keep it moving, but it pains me because there's so many things I want to ask, like the relationship with Kevin Bond and how that started, and some other things. But I want the people who love hearing your voice, of course, again, huge Bridgette Hurt fans. I used to be a Bridgette Campbell fan, but I'm not a Bridgette Campbell fan no more. I'm a Bridgette Hurt fan now. So what is Bridgette Hurt listening to get her through this current situation that's going on in our world?
Oh my goodness. Well, every day I listen to some prayers on YouTube by the Ray sisters. God is my witness. Every day they have a prayer that's spiritual warfare. And there's another prayer called The Blood. And I listen to those prayers. And then musically, I've been listening to After This by J.J. Harrison. Listen, that song right there, after this, and then I'll just turn on Pandora and just let it just play out. I have it on John P. Key Station because they always play some good choir stuff. So I like that. I don't want to hear. I worship after my prayer time. But during the day, I want some uplifting stuff. I want some stuff that's I'm kind of just jamming and shouting and grooving or whatever like that. So that's how I roll.
Good. John P. Key Station. Man, that time is ticking by so fast. But what's your favorite John P. Key song? And I don't want to know. I need you to sing it. I need you to sing it real life.
I made it out. I made it out all right. I made it out. Hey, I made it out all right. Thank you because you didn't leave me nor forsake me. Thank you because you didn't let my enemies take me. Woo! I think it was shake me. I said the wrong words, but that's all right. I'm still in the fight. I made it out all right. Woo!
Woo!
That's my jam.
And so,
why do you have that church face on right now?
That one right there. That's that good stuff. People don't know. For those who don't know, this means she did it all right. That means she did it all right. That was good.
Oh my God.
Now, for do you sing in choirs still, or was Ricky the last one you did?
Absolutely not. We still have a church choir. The Lighthouse Church of All Nations has a church choir called the All Nations Choir.
It's not a full choir with 6 people, is it? You know that's a praise team, right?
Listen, we have like 75 to 80 voices in our choir.
What?
Yes, God is good. My pastor, Pastor Dan, listen, I don't know. He's not our color, but if you close your eyes, you would think he's our color. But he loves good gospel music. And he said, as long as he is breathing, we will always have a church choir. And we don't play. We comes with it. We comes with it. Yes.
My God. Now, is it one of those where they want you to lead all the songs, or do you take a step back and let them do their thing?
I would not have a voice if I did that. I don't. No, I love to direct. I actually love to direct. So the key to being a leader is to train other people and equip other people to do what you do. You don't want to be the only person that know how to do this, the only person that sing this song. So no, I have a team of people that sings, direct, everything. It's not no one person show. No. That's
beautiful. That's beautiful. And I bless you for being on this show with us today. I know we're running out of time, but I did want to hit up a few of the things that people were commenting. So Kim Ford Buffin at some point was laughing at you. I'm sure it was you. She wasn't laughing at me. I'm not funny. I'm serious at all times. So that was you. Now this one might have been for me. It's the Gigi Burrell. She said, yes. That's put the hands up. I think it was probably during my singing. Again, this is the Javon show. Kim said, yes, Bridget said, that one was for you. You saved them. Gigi came back with, you did one of her favorite songs, so we appreciate that. And then, do you know somebody named Carrie?
Yes, that's my cousin. Yes.
Well, is it one of them Kurt Franklin type cousins, or is this a real?
He's married to my blood cousin. Yes, he's married to my blood cousin.
Okay, because Kirk, everybody a cousin. I'm one of Kirk's cousin. You a Kirk cousin. Everybody Kirk's cousin.
You are funny. Yes, well, that's my real cousin.
You have been a blessing to me today. I appreciate you. This is our second show, and they're just getting better and better. And you have always been a favorite of mine.
Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. This has been amazing. Thank you so much, Marcus. You surprised me. That was a great surprise. Javon, you are great. This is really good. This is good.
And listen, while we at it, accept my friend request. Listen, I don't play with I will delete this whole episode. You get what you need to do. I don't care who it is. You get rid of one and you add in another. I
sure will.
You can go and join somebody else's page. But I got their spot. That is our time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining. the Javon Show. Thank you, Bridgette Hurt. Thank you to Mr. Hurt for allowing his wife to come on the show. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Thank you, Mr. Collins' future wife, for allowing him to be blessed in this season while in preparation. He's in preparation. He's prepared.
Get ready. God's gonna send us. God's gonna send us. Come on.
Don't say that. Don't say that in front of Bridgette, okay?
But thank you guys so much. And to the audience, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I really, truly appreciate you guys listening in. This will be available on iDream Media Podcast Network, as well as on YouTube and on the Facebook page. Bridgette is going to have it on her page. Marcus is going to have it on his page. So feel free to comment, share. Let's get this to about 10,000 views so that Bridgette's album, when it comes out, it is fire #1 immediately. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. We'll be back on Monday with Stephen Anderson out of Detroit, Michigan. Until then, God bless you. God keep you. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.